Okay, welcome back to another pick a card reading. For this reading, we're going to be taking a look at your person's current thoughts and feelings towards you and towards the connection with you. So I have 6 different piles to choose from, so you can go ahead and choose whichever pile you're most intuitively drawn to. I have little pins on each pile, so hopefully you can see them well enough. And yeah, go ahead and choose a pile and we will take a look at what your person's current thoughts and feelings are. Okay, hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose the dragon pin, this little white and blue dragon. So let's take a look at your cards and see what your person's current thoughts and feelings are towards you and your connection. So the first card we have is romantic connection. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, they're definitely hopefully there should be a romantic connection for you. If this is not a romantic connection, maybe it's not the right reading, but yeah, so this person could be thinking about a romantic connection with you. They could be thinking about their romantic feelings in the connection with you. I feel like this person could be thinking about ways of connecting with you. They could be thinking about your touch, like physical touch with you. Maybe for some of you, if you have your nails done, maybe they really like that. They think that's attractive. So let's see, you have Elephant Spirit, Learn from the Past, and the song that we have shuffled for you is Just What I Am by Kid Cudi. And so I feel like that could, well, you can definitely look into that song and see how that might connect to your connection with this person. But the vibes that I get from that song is someone who is kind of rebellious, someone whose life doesn't seem to be going the greatest, to be honest. This is someone who, yeah, with the being somewhat rebellious, being very like independent, and maybe kind of a bit damaged in certain ways. I don't know, I did kind of just, it crossed my mind, like trauma bond connection, which may not be the case for everybody watching, but it's something that I thought of. And I do feel like, yeah, okay, I do feel like this person, what they're thinking about when it comes to you. Okay, with the song that you got, it could be that this person is kind of reflecting on things that kind of went wrong within the connection with you, especially with the elephant spirit, learn from the past. So yeah, I think this person is thinking about, past events with you. And if it's not, with you, if like you're, coming to this reading about someone who's new, then I would say it's like this is someone who does think of you, in a romantic sense, and potentially like maybe they are looking at their past connections and hoping that the certain baggage that they might have wouldn't like cause problems in your connection. Yeah, okay, we have square energy. So yeah, this could be a connection, and so basically what they're thinking about when it comes to you is that there's definitely a lot of challenges when it comes to this connection with you. The things that haven't always been easy, or maybe your energies don't always see eye to eye on things. There could be a lot of challenges in the connection with this person. Or honestly, like it doesn't even have to be necessarily, it's not like, I'm getting a sense that like both of you are problematic in a connection. But honestly, it could be that just like this person has dealt with kind of a lot of challenges within their life and possibly within romantic connections, and there is kind of a somewhat of like a chaotic feeling from the song that's shuffled for you, like of this person's past being a bit chaotic in some way, and perhaps they're there's stress in their life, and that's affecting the connection in some way. And I think overall their thoughts seem to be like wanting to put their energy to good use in the connection. I think there's kind of an energy of wanting to do the right thing, especially with that elephant spirit. Let's see. So we have present, journey into the garden to escape two eternities, the past and the future. Very interesting coming out with the elephant, learn from the past. I think this person, part of their thoughts about you and about I think it's more about the connection with you, that they feel as if they might be a bit frightened that, the past is going to repeat itself in the future. I don't know. I do feel like this person can have kind of a unstable energy, and maybe they're aware of that and how that's been problematic in ways in their connections. Because part of, for some of you with this song, it could be that this person has a bit of like a wild side, like likes to go out and like party, not really, take things seriously or be too committed to anyone or anything. And so if that's the case, I feel like I think they're wanting to do things in a different way or in a better way, is what I'm getting. We have strength. Don't let weeds and thistles cultivate in your garden. Okay, and we also have closet. Clearing out something new, moving in, making room. Skeletons behind closed doors hide. Okay. So I think one thing, with this reading, it could be that, this person is kind of hiding right now with this closet energy. Or if it's not that, I do feel like things in this connection maybe aren't moving forward in the way that, it doesn't feel like things necessarily flow too well in this connection. Maybe that's what they're thinking about, is that they feel as if things don't really flow too well in the connection. I do feel like with strength that they really, again, it's like a wanting to do the right thing, wanting to learn from the past, and it does feel like maybe for some of you it's like really give this a chance and kind of like work through whatever tension they're feeling or stress that they have or whatever sort of challenges that come up within your connection. So we have rat. Interesting. Yeah, so, okay. Another thing with this person that they're thinking about when it comes to you, and I think this actually doesn't have much to do with you at all. And okay, I'm going to be honest, this could be a sign that this person, has kind of like so much going on that they're kind of stressed about and having to kind of stay strong about that. Like it makes it really hard for them to kind of maybe reflect deeper on their connections. Like with this rat energy, this person could be focused on money in some way, their security, and it can also be that it kind of gives this energy of like survival at all costs. This person could be very smart and knowing how to kind of dance around things. There could be something very strategic about this person. But yeah, I think there's something that like they're very stressed out and maybe they're hiding and they feel as if they have to be very strong in some way, or that they do want to be strong for the connection. And it's like they're kind of in this survival mode where it feels like their energy just is so kind of a little bit chaotic and stressed right now. And I think that's kind of affecting, like, how they feel about you. I think they do feel stressed out about the connection with you. I feel like they feel like they're not sure if this could go well, if they could overcome challenges in the connection with you, or if it's just going to be some sort of repeat of the past. We have the Queen of Swords and the Six of Wands. And then we have the King of Wands. Okay. So let's see, we have some air energy showing up. We could have someone here could be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Someone here could be a fire sign, so that's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I think, yeah, okay, so one thing about this person, I think what they think about when it comes to you and their feelings towards you is that they feel as if you really like them, that you really, like, you might easily shower this person with affection. I feel like their thoughts about you, if you represent the Queen of Swords, that they feel as if you're quite, maybe a bit detached, independent, you're very intelligent to this person, and, like, very, like, straightforward, blunt, and honest. I feel like this person thinks about you as someone who doesn't really hold back as far as, like, what you know or what you want to say, your truths on certain things. And I think their feelings for you with the King of Wands, if they're representing the King of Wands, would be, you know, a lot of passion towards you. I do feel like with the Six of Wands could be this feeling of, like, there could be a lot of success with you. Maybe they're thinking that they could look really good with you, like you would. They could think that you're very attractive. They could think that you have a lot of admirers. And again, I feel like there is something about they think that you two would look good together, or you would compliment them well, or you just do compliment them a lot or well. Yeah, and I think you make them feel very attractive. And maybe that's something that they think about when it comes to you. But yeah, with the Queen of Swords too, yeah, it seems as if one person in this connection might come off as a bit more passionate than the other one, and the other one could come off a little bit cool and aloof. Maybe these energies can kind of flip-flop between you two at times too, I kind of feel. But yeah, I think that's basically it for your reading, pile one. So thank you for watching. I hope those messages resonated with you, and hope to see you again in another reading. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next pile. Bye! Okay, pile 2, welcome to your reading. The pin you chose is this it's a Pokemon. It's Mareep. The little Mareep is getting abducted by a UFO. So, maybe, I don't know. I didn't get anything for pile 1's pin, and it's not going to be, I think, for every pin that I get kind of special intuitive messages from, but, you know, it definitely makes me think. The first thing I thought, honestly, was that someone feels taken away by the connection in some way. Like it's beyond their control, how they feel. One of you could like video games or Pokemon. And also this UFO does make me think of, like, something very unusual, something that can't be explained about the connection. And also, I dropped the pin when I said that, and it does kind of make me think somehow things suddenly mysteriously ended with this person. But also, I don't know, maybe you or this person could be into, like, conspiracy theories, or maybe just unusual interests or topics. But let's take a look at your cards. So you have Sacred Friendship. this little fox guy here. So maybe this is a friend for some of you, and maybe they're thinking about you in a very friendly way. They could be thinking that the friendship between you is sacred to them. I do feel like this person thinks that you two could have a lot in common. So yeah, maybe you two share an interest of like video games, or like just very, you guys have similar interests. We have Mouse Spirit, Tend to the Small Things, and the song that you got, that I shuffled a song for each pile, and your song is Your Eye by Caven. I think that's how you say it. It's not, I don't think it's a very popular song. But yeah, the only thing I really get, you can go ahead and listen to the song if you feel called to do that. But really the only thing I get from this song is that, something special about your eyes. Maybe this person finds your eyes to be like very unique or stand out in some way, or they find them to be like very beautiful in some way. I think something that this is interesting, something that I think this person thinks about when it comes to you is that, either that you are someone who is very aware and you notice very small things, as like, you could be someone who is very sensitive to your senses. And maybe they think about that when it comes to you. Like, I feel like they think you notice things, like even the smallest of things. You're very aware. If it's not that, then I do feel like it's just this person that it's kind of their energy with you is like noticing very small things about you, very much paying attention to you, or very aware of things. And again, yeah, with this like sort of like vibe I got with this UFO abducting this Mareep is that it's just kind of like an out of your control type of thing. So I don't know, it does feel like someone's hyper aware. I don't know if that's like them thinking that about you and that's your energy, or if that's this person's energy towards you at this time, that they're like very much aware of you. We have the North Node, Future. This one's interesting because it's, for some reason, it's confusing me as to whether this is this person's energy towards you, or if this is kind of like their thoughts about you, as in how they're seeing you at this time. But I feel like someone here does feel a little bit anxious. Like someone might be a bit anxious in this connection, like watching things a little bit too closely. With this North Node Future card, it does feel like maybe this person's very much focused on the future with you. Or alternatively, they could be thinking that you're very focused on the future with them. It does feel like someone's being deeply observed in this connection. Other things though, this person could be thinking about, just in general, again, the future with you, and in some way they could feel like you've helped them move towards, like, a better future. It could be that they feel as if you've really either changed their life in some way, or you were a very important part of their life. And I think when they think about you, they think, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Pile 2. I feel like that's kind of some thoughts that this person might have. So we have Breathe, Slow Down and Contemplate the Tea, Violets and Ivy Tangled Around the Eaves. Okay. Now I will say, because I did kind of get a little bit of a suffocating energy, it could be that this person is thinking that they feel a little bit suffocated by the connection with this breathe energy. Like, tend to the small things, breathe. I have to say, for some of you, if you feel like, you know, if you have romantic feelings for this person, and you know this person, you know, it kind of seems as if they don't really see you that way. They see this more like a friendship. It could be something like that. They would, you know, I do feel like they think of it as a sacred friendship and they really care, but that they could feel as if there's a lot of like pressure on them towards like what sort of future you could hold with them. I don't know, let's see. We have release, lighten your load. Yeah, no, I really do. Okay. And it doesn't have to be like this is like someone has romantic feelings here. It could honestly just be a friendship. And someone, it does feel as if this person is thinking that they feel a bit suffocated by a friendship, or, and then maybe that doesn't have to do with you even. I don't know. Maybe that's just like causing interference in this connection with you, but otherwise I would say it's like they think of you as someone very important to them, someone they very much care about, and maybe someone they could feel a little bit obligated to you, and maybe it's that this person feels like they're thinking they need some room to breathe, that you tend to maybe notice a little bit too much, and maybe that it can kind of cause a bit of an anxious energy, like what's going to happen in the future, and maybe this person can sense that, and they would, you know, maybe they feel a bit like pressured from that. So we have wrench, leverage, adjustment, precision, stability, pivot, build, framework, force, fixing, tighten, loosen. Okay, so that's interesting because that, I mean, most of these words don't have to do with like forcing anything, but we do have the word force here. And we have this like pivot energy. So I do kind of feel as if someone feels like things are being forced in this connection, there could be a tendency to want to pivot and move in a different direction and maybe not give so much energy to this connection. But otherwise, I do feel like the wrench does talk about wanting to kind of work on things, make adjustments towards making things better, fix things with you, and you know, I do think they could be thinking about what type of stability this connection holds. Yeah, and I do feel like they do really think about like how you fit into their future. It does feel a little bit similar to pile 1. We have a possum. Interesting. And then, you know what's also interesting about pile 1? I don't know if anybody did watch pile 1 and now you're watching pile 2. But pile 1 got a rat that was like from this deck. And you have an opossum. You also have a mouse spirit. Very small animals, so I don't know. There could be something about like they could be thinking like maybe you're quite small in some way, but and maybe that's kind of cute to them. With this opossum energy, I don't know if this is how they see you and what they're thinking about you, or this is how they feel, but this opossum energy is kind of like a bit of a fearful energy, like a little bit anxious. Mostly like this energy of kind of wanting to like run away and not really deal with things, like kind of this feels like an energy that's afraid of confrontation. So I don't know if they're thinking that they're afraid of confrontation with you and they don't want to, you know, it could be honestly the way this story is sounding, it could be that this is someone who's like close to you in some ways, and again shows that they care about you and they are in some ways like invested in the connection with you, and could be questioning, you know, certain things about the connection with you. But it could be that this person, if the way this energy comes up, it sounds like someone who doesn't have feelings for someone but doesn't want to be honest about it, doesn't want to tell them, and is kind of like leading them on in some way. But I do feel like this person could be in some way fearful of the future when it comes to your connection. Let's see what tarot cards you have. We have the Three of Cups. So that's interesting. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I thought this was going to be pile 3. This is pile 2, though. Because, yeah, I remember the Three of Cups coming out with the Sacred Friendship. Which is interesting because, Three of Cups can represent friendship. So for some of you, this could be a friend and they're thinking about the friendship with you. They could be thinking about like good times with you, times that you've gone out together. And with the Three of Cups energy, like that, that's a good energy. That's saying that this person feels like your company is fun, that they enjoy being around you. So we have the Two of Wands, and then we also have Strength. That's interesting because it wasn't in tarot, but Strength came out in pile 1 too. So it does, again, it makes me wonder if anybody watched pile 1. And so okay, I don't want to scare people because there could be, overall, the sense that I'm getting from this person, as much as I say, with this, like, this person could be feeling like they want a bit of space from the connection, or like, I do feel like they kind of, when they feel a bit smothered, and that might not even, like, just so you know, that when I say that, that's not to offend you, and that's not me saying that you are just smothering. Like, connections can feel different for everybody. Like, someone who requires a lot of, like, it's like dogs. Dog breeds, like there's certain dog breeds that require way more maintenance and way more of your attention than other dog breeds, and I think it's the same with people too. And so it's to say like one person wants a lot of attention in a relationship is like bad or wrong is not true, but maybe might not be compatible with the person who needs a lot of space in connections, and that could be the same with friendships too. So I feel like, again, like the things that I said, like this person really cares about you and this person thinks a lot about the future with you. I feel like when they feel, again, like this sort of smothered energy, that they consider leaving behind the relationship. Like it feels overwhelming, it feels like it's too much, and they feel like they just possibly want to break free. But again, like I said, and I would be a little bit cautious with this person because with the opossum card, it does feel like there's a bit of fear in kind of standing up for themselves or speaking up. So if you notice that this is someone who's been like a friend love interest that keeps you as a friend and seems like they really care but still keeps you as a friend, like it could be that they just don't want to break your heart and tell you that they don't feel the same way. And that's something that I kind of see here, so I have to say it. And that's not for everybody, but that is something that I see here. Otherwise, again, it's like this person does feel a bit intimidated about the future, maybe a bit anxious about the future. For some of you, it could actually be that this person's very anxious about you, and like they just need to breathe and kind of release like this sort of anxiety that they have about the future with you, especially if you're friends right now and they do have an interest in you more than friendship. With the Strength card, that does give me like, generally it's like this person feels like a strong bond with you and like definitely feeling capable of a long-term like sort of connection. I feel like is like, or at least like this person's feelings for you are very strong, and I feel like it would take like a lot, and like you wouldn't even need to worry, because I don't think it could happen that this person, like it feels like this person's feelings for you are very strong. And overall, with the Two of Wands, it's like they are wanting to look at like kind of new ways of going at the connection with you. I feel like what their thoughts are is like maybe certain things didn't work out well in the past, and I can kind of analyze that, and you like with this wrench energy, like work on that, make adjustments and fix it. Try things in a different way and try and make things better. So I do feel like overall it's like they want to make things better with you, even though it's like some scary things we talk about here. I do feel like overall this person feels very good about you. It's like they really enjoy your companionship and your company, and they have a lot of fun with you, and they feel a strong bond with you, and they want to work towards making things better in the connection with you, is overall what I feel. But they could, at times feel it's either that they feel a little bit smothered by the connection and need some space, or it's like you're that way and this person gets very anxious about the future with you and kind of just needs to relax. So yeah, that's basically a reading, pile 2. I hope the messages did resonate and that they were helpful in some way. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in another reading. I'm going to go and move on to the next pile. Bye. Okay, pile 3. You have the Squidward pin, bold and brash. So with this pin, I'm pretty sure most people would know who Squidward is, but I don't know, I think maybe this could kind of be how you connect to this reading in some way, either like this is an energy that you resonate with, or maybe the person that you're asking about resonates with this energy. But Squidward's kind of a grumpy guy. To be honest, he kind of hates his job. So maybe there's someone here who hates their job. Or maybe, and also, like, does work a lot, but somehow hates their job, even though they work there a lot. He has kind of like a cynical attitude. He's a little bit like I almost said a Debbie Downer. Maybe this person or someone here could be, like, kind of considered a Debbie Downer, but I was more thinking of like someone who just kind of like pops people's bubbles, like when there's like one episode where I think like SpongeBob and Patrick are like probably doing stupid things. Well, it's like constantly they're doing like fun things and being obnoxious and just having fun and not really caring, and then Squidward comes along and kind of tries to shut it down. So I don't know, maybe that could represent somebody's energy here. A little bit of a Karen energy, actually. Hopefully that's not something you resonate with. I could be a little bit of a Karen sometimes, but also Squidward is very into like the arts. Like he likes to play clarinet. I don't know, maybe someone plays an instrument, or he also likes to sculpt. So I don't know, someone who's into art or like certain crafts. But let's see what your person's currently kind of thinking and feeling about you. So we have boundaries. So maybe this person's recently put up some boundaries in the connection with you. Maybe this person's not really opening up too much right now or talking much, or just kind of like establishing some boundaries within the connection. We have number 44, Panther Spirit, Reclaim Your Power. And then the song that you got, that I shuffled a song for each pile, you got Cool by Gwen Stefani. And that song is kind of about, so that song is about a couple that I guess broke up, and Gwen Stefani, she's singing the song, she's with someone new, and she's happy that she's still cool with her ex, that even though a lot happened, and they can kind of still be friends in some way and like shake it off. So I don't know. It does, overall it could be that this person feels like there have been some boundaries put in the connection with you. Like maybe you're not very as close as you used to be, but that maybe in some way they're still cool with you. Or they know that you're still cool with them in some way. With the Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. If this person has kind of moved away from the connection and like put up boundaries in some way, I do feel like it's like they're trying to I feel like just kind of like stabilize themselves. Let's see, we have Cancer energy. Interesting, we have 44 and we have 4. So 444. Maybe you could be seeing those numbers. With the Cancer energy, like maybe this person is very intuitive. This person could be thinking, okay, this person could be really in their feelings about the connection with you. Interesting. So what it makes me think of actually is how this person, like maybe what their thoughts are towards you and kind of their feelings is that they might feel hurt by you in some way. I feel like there's like a level of acceptance with this person. Like if there has been some sort of disconnect in the connection with you, I feel like they're thinking that their intentions are kind of just to focus on themselves at this time and kind of just get them back, like get themselves back on track in some way. But I do feel like they're kind of giving off this energy like they're kind of not really bothered too much, or with this like the song Cool from Gwen Stefani. I feel like it's kind of this energy of like, you know, and I even kind of wondered when I heard the song, like she's saying I know we're cool, and she's singing about like, you know, I guess her ex while she's with someone new, and it does make me think like, do you really feel that way and you made this song to cuz you like, I don't know, I feel like if you make a song about it, it must be really close to your heart. And so it basically it does make me think like this is someone who's trying to act as if they've detached. They're no longer like they, you know, they've healed or they've moved past something, and maybe they're still kind of just a little bit hurt in some way. But I feel like this person would handle it well, and maybe you wouldn't really be able to tell that. Like, I feel like they wouldn't think it's fair to feel bitter about the situation, potentially, but they may still feel a little bit emotional about you or about certain boundaries that came in the connection. So we have Move. A rolling stone gathers no moss. Yeah, and with this Move energy, like I really do feel as if it's either that this person was very stuck on you or something, you know, with the connection with you for a long time, and it's just kind of this energy of I just got to get out of it and I just got to move through it or move away from it. It does make me feel like it's like and it makes me, if this was a breakup or something like that, like someone finally deleting like all the messages or all the memories and being like, I just need to not be able to have like any access to this so I can just finally kind of get like move on and like, yeah, that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling. We have a listen, be alert, the soft chiming bells call to nearby fairies. So with the Cancer energy too, I kind of feel as if this is someone when they're like in their thoughts in regards to you and the connection with you, it could be that they're really kind of listening to their intuition. They're listening to their inner guidance. The reason why I feel that is because, like, also because of the 444 number. Like, it does feel like maybe this person is getting certain either synchronicities or certain signs, or in some way, again, like following their heart or listening to their intuition, and that is telling them to kind of just move, to kind of just get up and go and kind of just like get on with it, is kind of what I'm getting. Like reclaim their power. I feel like, yeah, with that reclaim their power, like I do feel like Cancer energy, they could have been like, again, stuck from this connection for quite a while, and their energy is like, I'm done being stuck. I'm going to put up some boundaries. I'm going to focus on myself, and I'm going to get going. I'm going to get moving. We have sleep mask, blocking out, trying to forget, not what it seems, hidden meaning, holding back, disingenuous. Okay. Interesting. Okay, actually, you know what? This person with their thoughts, I feel like this person could feel a little bit confused right now. And I feel like actually they're noticing something within their intuition that's kind of telling them something. And it does feel as if this person it feels like a few different things, and it could be that this person, it has been blocking out their intuition for quite some time. Like they've been getting intuitive messages about something, or just feeling very strongly within like their body, within their heart, or within their soul, or whatever, to kind of like do something, maybe shift something. But I feel like this person has had issues, and maybe this is where they were stuck, of blocking out this intuition, blocking out these sort of hints that they're getting, and kind of not following their inner guidance. And I feel like part of this person's thoughts right now involve it feels as if, again, they're confused, like they're noticing something within their intuition, but they are actively kind of blocking it out with like the move energy. It's like, I don't see the message, I don't feel the thing that I'm feeling, I'm gonna kind of ignore it and not listen to it. And that's where there's this kind of stuck energy that I feel like. And I feel like if it feels like this person is working through breaking free and being able to listen more closely to their intuition and kind of just like move in some way or take some sort of action. Okay, so we have moon. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Moonstone. Damn, alright. So yes, this is definitely an energy of like intuition. Like this person is like very strongly getting intuitive insight or messages, or feeling something very strongly intuitively. And I think that this person is working towards it's like they're blocking it out. They're halfway listening because they're like noticing it and they're paying attention to it, they're aware of it, and then they're actively choosing to be like, I didn't see anything. I didn't see that, and I'm gonna keep walking. But it's possible, it's possible that this energy in this person is shifting, and that they are wanting to kind of just do what their intuition is guiding them to do. We have the Three of Wands. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so the Three of Wands, it's interesting to me. I feel like the Three of Wands is one of the tarot cards that has like one of the loosest, is that a word? One of the most loose definitions. Because to me, when I get the Three of Wands, generally what it makes me think of is like waiting for something. Not being able to kind of proceed forward until something comes in. And that's how I've always seen the Three of Wands. So I feel like, and to me it's like, yeah, again, being able to proceed with something once something comes in. And it does feel like maybe this person feels a bit confused by their intuition. Like maybe their intuition is screaming at them, and they're still wanting to kind of block it out and doubt it and be like, oh, that doesn't seem right. That's not, it doesn't make sense. And And I think this person is wanting to kind of make a decision, but they're not ready. They don't feel prepared to make a certain decision or take a certain action. We have the King of Swords. So we have air energy. And we have justice. So more air energy. We could have Libra energy here. Yeah. Um. So justice can be, I feel like it's like doing the right thing. Or wanting things to turn out in a fair way. And I feel like this person, yeah, it can be, that they have a very psychic connection with you, is, something they're thinking about. But I do feel like there's something like very much calling this person intuitively. And I feel like with justice too, can that kind of, with the Libra energy, and justice is kind of this not wanting to make a decision, feeling indecisive, and kind of going back and forth between two ideas. And I do feel like that's kind of the energy I pick up with this person. Like I feel like there's a lot of resistance in doing what their intuition is telling them to do. But they keep looking at it as if it's like something that they can't, it's something they can't really ignore. So I think they kind of like, they want to be careful about things. I feel like this person is kind of not wanting to, it's again, they don't feel, I feel like this person doesn't feel prepared to make a decision or take a certain action. And I think that with the King of Swords, with this Cancer energy and the Moonstone, and then we have the King of Swords energy, interesting. It does feel like this person like feels uncomfortable when they get these sort of psychic hints or hits or what, I don't know, hints, like with the sleep mask, blocking things out, not what it seems, hidden meaning. I feel like when they get this sort of vision and they're seeing like something that they need to do, and it's a bit mysterious to them, they don't understand it, they don't. And I feel like part of the resistance in this person comes from the King of Swords energy, and feeling like they need to rely on like facts and logic. And when they're getting this sort of intuitive message that tells them to do something, like, so for example, it's like, maybe this person has been working at a job that they're wanting to climb the ladder at this job, and they can only see that this job is what they want to do, and it's they want to go up in the workplace, and that's what they're wanting to do, or that's what they have been working towards so far. Then they're suddenly getting like all these sort of intuitive messages and these deep feelings of, I need to do something different. I need to quit my job right now. And there's like, if I don't quit my job, then I'm going to miss out on like something. And that's like kind of the energy of this person. Like, I'm going to, but like, the whole idea of like, I need to quit my job today. Like, that where I'm not going to be able to pay my bills next week, like, if I do that. So it's like this kind of energy of like, my intuition is telling me to basically jump off a fucking bridge right now, in their eyes, like, maybe it's not that scary and whatever, but like, they don't think it makes sense logically. And because they're getting these sort of crazy intuitive insights that don't match how they think life works or plays out, they're having a very hard time kind of following this sort of intuitive insights that they're getting and kind of just wanting to block it out, because it's like, I can't quit my job. I don't know, like, I can keep getting signs about this, and I can keep, like, maybe they feel trapped at their job as well. Like, maybe they feel like they make really good money at their job, but they've been feeling like tired at their job. They've been feeling so like overburdened or like overworked, or I don't know, it could be something like that. So it's like their intuition could be telling them to make very drastic changes or very different sort of decisions than kind of what they've currently been doing or working towards, and it doesn't make sense to them, so they're feeling a lot of resistance towards it. This reading became so much longer than the other two, and this is like my last reading that I'm doing for right now for today. So sorry for rambling, but I do hope that this made sense. It feels like it really makes sense to me. So I hope that this does resonate with you in your connection with this person. And this gives you kind of like an idea of like what they're kind of going through right now. But yeah, I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching, and love to see you in a future reading, but I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next pile. Bye. Okay, pile 4, welcome to your reading. You chose this Haku pin. He is a dragon, if you don't know who he is. I think, so I guess his character is kind of someone who's a bit serious, someone who's kind, someone who's protective. So let's see how your person, and yeah, so that could like kind of represent your person. It could represent someone here, maybe that represents you, but it doesn't have to be. Let's take a look at your cards and see your person's current thoughts and feelings. So we have karmic relationship. And we have turtle spirit, slow and steady wins the race. And the song that you got, so I shuffled a song for each pile. Your song is Walking on a Dream, Empire of the Sun. Okay, so far, I feel like your person's thoughts as far as the connection, I do feel like they're very into you. And I feel like with the turtle spirit, it could be that they're wanting to take things slow in the relationship with you. I kind of feel as if there's karmic relationship makes me think that there could be a strong attraction between you two, but that there could be, some lessons within the connection, and that could be a lesson of patience, taking things slowly. It does give me the feeling that, like this person's feelings is that they are very excited about you, they're very passionate about you, and they what I'm kind of getting is that they're trying to take things slow because they would like to rush in, kind of. It does make me feel like there is a little bit of fear that this person might have, that they feel like it does feel like something about the connection with you feels maybe too good to be true, and it makes them feel, I think, a bit anxious that things, I feel like they think a lot about how to go about the relationship. They may worry that rushing in could cause someone to pull away, something like that. So I feel like they're kind of trying to figure out whether to take things slow or not. Interesting. So, okay. So we have the 9th house, exploration. Let's see what else. We have wildflower. Live an uncontrolled life, free to grow anywhere and bound by nothing. Very interesting coming out with the 9th house, actually. Okay, so this person, I would say maybe they love their freedom. This person loves to explore. This person, with this 9th house energy, Could be kind of restless and always wanting like some sort of constant new thing in their life, to explore, to go new places, and again, to not feel held down. So I would say in this person's thoughts about you, with this like live an uncontrolled life, free to grow anywhere and bound by nothing. I think maybe this person does have some ninth house aspects in their chart. I'm a ninth house stellium, by the way. So I know this energy very well. So I feel like this person could be kind of easily bored either within relationships. And I will say, with the ninth house energy, it could be that this person has trouble committing in relationships. And so with slow and steady wins the race, it's like, and ninth house energy can be kind of fast and like jumping into things when they're excited. So I feel like this person might think about that they might have a tendency to do that within relationships. I feel like this person might have a past where they've jumped into relationships feeling very excited about like the newness of it, and then later on, it's possible for some of you that this person has had experiences where they ended up being like a heartbreaker in connections because they jumped into things too fast and realized it wasn't really right for them in some way. Or maybe they have this sort of ninth house, very I want to explore and not feel tied down sort of energy. So it can make them difficult to like kind of commit in relationships, especially when they feel tied down within relationships. So it's possible that they're thinking about with you that again they don't want to rush into things because they want to take things slow to make sure they're not like to make sure that they're sure about what they want and they're sure about their feelings and they're sure they're not gonna like maybe hurt your feelings. But yeah, so especially with this wildflower card, and I do feel like overall I get a very good like energy from this person and their feelings and thoughts about you, and I think they're looking at you and thinking like maybe they can explore with you, they can have fun with you, travel with you, and maybe they're looking at the connection with you and thinking that they can kind of be able to have their freedom in a relationship, and that might be something that's exciting for them. Hidden depths. You only see the surface, look beyond. So one thing about this person, I do get the feeling that if you do resonate with this person being kind of flighty and not feeling too committed in connections, or it's like they definitely seem like they like their fun and they like to kind of explore, they like their freedom, and you can't really, they seem to be on the move a lot. It could be that they are looking for the right relationship right now, and it could be that they're exploring other options as well as considering you as an option. um the other thing about this connection, with it being a karmic relationship, um and I don't think karmic relationship means like a bad thing. I feel like, I don't know, sometimes when I hear karmic relationship, um something I even do is think like, oh, that means that the relationship is bad, that it's not meant to last. And I don't necessarily think that's true. I feel like there's karmic relationships that possibly could last a lifetime and could certainly last like a long time. um I think in general, relationships are meant to teach us a lot about ourselves, or at least we can use them that way. But besides that, I feel like this person may, with the ninth house energy, it can be spiritual. And this feels a little bit confusing, and maybe it's one or the other, or something of the sorts, or like maybe it could be both. But with the ninth house energy, there is like a spiritual aspect to like wanting to understand the meaning of life or how things work and like the deeper meaning of things. So I do kind of get the sense that this person, maybe they're thinking about the deeper meaning of the connection with you, the sort of lessons being learned in the connection with you, especially with the hidden depths. I do actually do feel like this person, and maybe you don't get the sense from this person that they would think about these things. Like with the ninth house energy, it is kind of like sometimes, it relates to Sagittarius, and Sagittarius can be known for being very optimistic and fun. Sometimes, like, they come across as not really taking things seriously at all. And maybe it comes across as a bit shallow, like they don't really want to get too deep with things, and they kind of would just rather like laugh and just have things be light and fun, and again, like not too deep. So like I feel like some people who choose this pile could think of this person as someone who doesn't think deeply about things, kind of likes things to remain more like surface level. And I don't know, I guess I would say like you might be surprised that this person, and maybe it's not so deep because there's that ninth house energy, but I do feel like this person is kind of looking at your connection and kind of thinking about the hidden meaning behind your connection. Maybe they, with like, there is a sort of spiritual vibe, so either this person's spiritual on some level and they're thinking about that in regards to the connection with you. Otherwise, I feel like maybe this person feels something with you that's like magnetic, and maybe there have been challenges in the connection and things to learn, like lessons to learn from this connection, and I think they're thinking about those things, kind of like wondering the deeper meaning of your connection. Yep, we have champagne, drinks, party, congrats, success, milestones, fun, celebration, enjoyment, friends, festivity, holiday. But yeah, this champagne energy is exactly what I was getting with this ninth house. Like, probably, when you go out to drink with your friends, unless someone's got like a real problem, usually it's just kind of light and fun and, not really too deep on anything. I feel like this person, one thing you might want to know about them, or you probably already know this about them, is that they might, again, with like struggling with commitment, damn it, what was I gonna say? It might have been something I already said, but yeah, it's definitely, I feel like this person likes to have fun. They may not really enjoy taking things too seriously. And yeah, I think they could be thinking about, times they've had, fun with you, or the kind of like fun times that you could have together. They could be thinking they want to take you out for drinks. They want to kind of go out with you, go on a trip with you. But yeah, I feel like this person is very social. Their energy feels very social. And again, maybe this person has a lot of friends. They could also think about, in regards to connections, like, if you're in a relationship with this person, or you're like pretty close with this person, they could be thinking it's nice that they have someone that doesn't, make them feel restricted, and they can still go out and have fun with their friends. They could be thinking about things like that. So let's see. We have jellyfish, and even the jellyfish energy again is just kind of this a little bit detached energy, kind of just flowing with things, and again, not really like feeling things too deeply is kind of what I get. I feel like with this person, I think they have a lot of optimism towards your connection and you in general. And I think they might think about, where things could go in your connection, what kind of relationship or connection that you would have. But they could come across, I feel like their feelings, this person may not feel a whole lot. With the champagne energy, they do kind of give off kind of like a party vibe a little bit, so I wonder if this person does kind of drink a lot and maybe has a tendency to drink to kind of not feel things too deeply. Maybe they don't enjoy that so much. Let's see. We have the Ten of Wands. All right. We have the Four of Swords. Okay. And then we have the Empress. All right. So the Ten of Wands comes with a feeling of being like overburdened. And it's possible they could be thinking that in regards to you. Now, I will be honest, like with this energy, it is possible that this person feels like, when it comes to this relationship, they kind of have to slow things down or take things slowly because, they are kind of independent, or they, I feel like this person has a very playful energy and they don't really like having too much responsibility, maybe when it comes to relationships. And if they feel like a relationship is going to bring a lot of sort of like undesired responsibility, I feel like it would really cause this person to like really slow down or not really want to look at a connection as like an option. I feel like there's a possibility this person has said something that they regret, and they're thinking about that. They could be thinking that they regret not saying something, or it could be that this person fears saying something to you. I feel like, so Four of Swords energy, this person, I feel like they're planning planning and thinking about like what to say, what to do when it comes to you. And I feel like there's some pain in that, and that could be an avoidance, that they're kind of avoiding it, and they know that it's problematic in some way. This person could be uncertain on like what to do as far as the connection with you, especially if they feel like tired when it comes to the connection, or overburdened with responsibilities, or they're worried that they're going to feel controlled by the relationship or smothered by the relationship. You have the Empress card though. I'm honest in my readings, and like if I'm seeing something as horrible as it might seem to kind of say it, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, because that doesn't help anybody in that situation. But I will tell you, it's like most of this energy, like they feel confused about what to do about you, and they feel uncertain about whether the connection fits well or not. But you have the Empress card, and I'm assuming that's just kind of how they feel about you. I don't feel like they look at you and think there's anything wrong with you. If anything, I feel like they're just kind of looking at themselves and like who they are, and if that fits well in a connection with you, or like they're doing a lot of that kind of thinking, like what kind of relationship is right for me, and kind of trying to figure out, again, like maybe the spiritual meaning behind this connection, or just like a lesson that they're learning, like, what the connection means, or what certain signs they're seeing about the connection and what that means. Again, I feel like they see you in a very like high light. They don't think badly of you at all. They could think of you as very beautiful, very attractive, like very high quality person. And maybe, again, I feel like it's like they're wondering if they can give you what you need. And if you need someone who's like super committed and super, yeah, it just feels like this person's very independent, and that might have caused issues in their connections, and they're wondering if it's going to cause issues in a connection with you. And that could be where there's hesitation on their part in the connection. So I hope this helps, and I hope this resonated. thank you for watching. And I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next pile. Bye. Okay, pile 5, welcome to your reading. You chose this little, it's a black fox, I think, with a little flower. So let's see, what's your person's current thoughts and feelings towards you and your connection? We have allow divine timing. And we have, whoa, okay, that's kind of cool. I don't know. I guess they're not both butterflies, but we have a moth and then we have a butterfly. Butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. Okay. And then, okay, so yeah. So you got 2 songs. I shuffled songs for each pile. And the first song that you guys, Ultra Nova by Submorphine. It's a really nice song. It has no lyrics, so I decided to pull another song for your pile to get a little bit more, and we have Show You. So yeah, those songs are linked in the description if you want to check them out. Show You definitely, it has lyrics, so there's probably more there. As far as messages go, definitely check out Ultra Nova if you just want a cool kind of instrumental song to listen to. But anyways, so, oh, interesting. This person is definitely thinking about you and kind of thinking about possibilities and the connection with you, but it does feel like we have transformation is beautiful with the butterfly spirit, and then we have allow divine timing. So it feels like they're thinking about like what kind of needs to change in order for the connection to kind of like move forward. Maybe there needs to be some sort of bigger transformations in the connection. The reason why I feel that is because of allow divine timing. Like that card kind of comes up when things feel, like whenever divine timing comes up, it's usually, oh, okay, it's not the right time. Like you have to wait. It's divine timing. So it does make me think that this person feels stuck in the connection in some way, or that things are like either on pause, they're having to like wait for things to kind of transform or change in this connection, or at least for something to happen, I think. And I think it's like they're thinking about that a lot as if they want that to happen. They're like thinking about a lot of positive sort of transformations in the connection. Okay, yeah, we have 7th house relationship. I'm not surprised. I feel like, yeah, immediately when I get allow divine timing, like it definitely gets me thinking that this person thinks about you a lot. Absolutely, because it's like they're questioning, like, when's something gonna happen? I want things to change. I want things to transform in a beautiful way, possibly like maybe into a relationship. Yeah, so like definitely if you're here for a romantic connection of some sorts, it's like they're thinking about you in that way. Like they're looking at you as like a long-term partner in their life, someone that, they want to be committed to in some way. We have joy. Make time for the little things today. Aw. So yeah, in general, I feel like when this person thinks about you, they feel a lot of joy. They feel very happy. And I think when they think about like sort of, changes that could happen in your connection, I feel like they want to experience more joy with you. And with this make time for the little things today, I feel like they really just enjoy you, like your company. It doesn't take much from you to make this person happy. I also kind of get the feeling that this is someone who would want to write you like nice little like love notes or encouraging messages of some sorts. Like it's reminding me of a relationship where, someone is constantly leaving like nice little notes for their partner. I feel like this person might think about doing things like that for you. We have weed. Don't tolerate less than you deserve. Okay, what I get from that, I really feel like this person wants to impress you. Like, this person, especially, and also Butterfly Spirit, not only is transformation beautiful, I think this person finds you to be incredibly beautiful or incredibly attractive. I wouldn't even say, like, attractive feels wrong, but beautiful. Like, you're beautiful to this person. And this person, definitely, it's like they want to impress you. They want you to know that they're thinking about you, is what it feels like. And they want to show you that they're worth your time, that they're like exactly what I was saying, like someone who leaves little notes for their partner. Like, they, maybe they wake up before their partner wakes up for work to do that, or they stay up kind of later than their partner does to do things like that and set things up. And that, like, really shows dedication, and that someone really cares about you. Someone, like, really, like, and yeah, it's like this person, I feels like this person wants to do things like that for you and show you that they're willing to put in more effort than the average person to kind of win you over. Is kind of what it feels like. We have radio. Interesting. Kind of spiritual energy coming in today. I did the first 3 piles a couple days ago, and then I started doing pile 4s, and I'm doing yours, and then pile 6 today. And pile 4 had some spiritual energy, and I do kind of get a spiritual energy here. So I don't know if your person is open to those things. But with this radio, it says frequency alignment, recording, listening, broadcast, music, tuned in, voice, audio. Maybe there's something about music here, like maybe they want to send you some music, or just some music reminds them of you. But I do feel like this frequency and alignment, I feel like, yeah, and especially with allowed divine timing, they want to they're it does feel like they're waiting for something to come into alignment so that things can kind of transform for you in your connection. This does feel like someone who's very committed to you, in, like, energetically. And again, even like even the Show You song, okay, I'm kind of blanking on the lyrics besides where she just says, I'll show you. But, like, I do feel like it's, again, this kind of, like, I want to show you that I'm serious about you. I want to show you that I'm dedicated, and I want to show you I'm worth your time, and I want to show you that I'll put in more effort and more work than anyone else, something like that. We have Owl. And yeah, this is even more kind of spiritual energy. Maybe this person's very tuned into you right now. And maybe, okay, it's an owl here, but I got watching you like a hawk. I do feel like this person is kind of like very much their attention is on you. You're kind of the prize to them. Like, they really want to win you over in some way, or show you that they're worth your time. They're worth your commitment. And maybe, again, with the owl, I think they want to get to know you. And maybe, like, they really want to know how you feel about them. I wonder if in some way you're hesitating in the connection with this person because this sort of, like, allow divine timing and waiting for this, like, transformation. And I think they're, like, kind of curious about how you feel and if you, like, want the same thing as them. So we have the Ace of Swords. We have, oh, the Manifester. So that's the Magician. Yeah, no, for real. So spiritual, actually. What the hell? That's cool. Sorry. I was not expecting that, but that's really cool. This this like manifestor energy, like this person is like, again, I got this energy like they're thinking about you a lot. They think about you hard. They think about possibilities in this connection. I think this person is a little bit obsessed, like over you, and it doesn't feel like in a bad way at all. But they really want things to go well in the connection with you, and they're like like watching you like a hawk, like you are the prize. Like I don't feel like this person, I mean, unless you like flat out rejected this person and told them you don't want to be with them, I don't feel like this person. It's like they feel committed and like relentless in their pursuit of you. And not in, and again, I don't feel like it's in a bad way, like any, nothing feels aggressive or creepy or stalkerish. It just feels, and it feels quite patient too, like they don't necessarily want to rush you, especially if you've been hesitant in any way. But they are kind of wondering about you. I feel like with the Ace of Swords is kind of this question of like, what's the truth of this connection? Like, is this going to change and transform into like some beautiful connection, like a beautiful relationship? And I feel like this person wants to talk to you, wants more communication with you, wants to understand, like, maybe what you think about them and what you think about the connection with them and where you see the connection with them going. I think they think about that a lot. And then we also, man, damn, okay, we have Divine Feminine. Wow. This person's serious about you, for real. And with this Divine Feminine energy, someone could be a little bit quiet in the connection, a little bit like, with even with the owl spirit, that does feel like there's a quietness. And maybe it's not, it doesn't necessarily feel like it's a long thing, like it doesn't feel like it's been a long time since you've heard from this person, but I could be wrong. But either way, it feels like this person's wanting a new start with you. They're wanting like a more authentic connection with you. They're wanting to be more open with you and honest and have more conversations with you. And I feel like this person, again, sees you as a prize in some way, sees you as someone that they really want to like pursue, possibly romantically, or at least they feel very committed to you. Even if this is not like a romantic connection that you're coming to the reading for, there's like something here about longevity and wanting the connection to like kind of move forward in a very positive way. And they really want to show you that they're like determined to be like a positive energy in your life. And I feel like this person kind of wants to be, really hopes that they're like what you want in, a partnership of some kind. So that's basically a reading pile 5. Thank you for watching. I saw 333 on the clock too, by the way, just now. So maybe that means something for you. To me, that means like very, like a lot of good energy, like feeling very energetic and feeling very positive and very happy. So I feel like that's possibly how you make this person feel. So yeah, very good. Yours was like the like no problems, most positive reading out of all of them. So good job, pile 5. You have a nice person here. But yeah, again, thank you for watching. Hope I see you in another reading. And yeah, I'll move on to the last pile. See ya. Bye. Okay, my last pile, pile 6. You have this little white dragon for your pin. So let's take a look at your cards and see your person's current thoughts and feelings towards you and your connection. Oh, okay. We have red flag. Uh-oh. Let's see. Yeah, we have moth spirit, surrender now. Alright. We got a lot of red here. Okay, we have mine. by Bazzi. I think it's Bazzi. I don't know. Could be pronouncing that wrong. So interesting. So far, definitely this is giving... So, okay. The message is maybe this reading might need a bit of a trigger warning. I'm very honest in my readings. I don't sugarcoat them. So this could be that they're thinking that something about the connection with you feels like a red flag, that they could feel like there's a little bit too much attention on them with that moth spirit energy. This may not resonate for everybody, but there could be someone here that's messaging too much and you need to chill out and let this person breathe a bit. And okay, don't feel bad. Like, I might say some triggering things in this reading. I have no judgment towards whoever clicked on this reading. These things happen. These are things that I've been through myself. I've probably had this same scenario and I've been this person. So this is not me trying to be judgmental at all. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of try and trust that you're able to kind of hear these messages and you're kind of ready and not be too, try and be too hand-holdy here and just kind of say what I'm seeing. So we have progressions, journey. So this person is possibly not so much focused on where the connection is heading with you and kind of more focusing on what the connection feels like here and now. And if they feel like the connection puts too much pressure on them, there might be a sort of possessiveness that they feel, and that could make them feel like there's a red flag because of that. It does make me feel like someone was... I will say it because... So, it's a tarot reading, right? And people who watch tarot readings are spiritual, usually part of the spiritual community. And, we know about astrology and things like that, and we're nerds about that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But to put things into perspective, I'm not saying that these things are right, but I am just kind of talking about facts here. And it's one thing that there was kind of a survey done trying to see what hobbies girls had that men found the least attractive. And who the fuck cares, right? But it's still kind of helpful to kind of know those things and just kind of get insight to what people think about, and I'm assuming most people who watch tarot readings are women that watch for men. And if that's not your case, then that's okay. It still applies. It doesn't matter either way what gender. But I will say, one of the hobbies that men found the least attractive that women had, and it was pretty far up on the list, was astrology. And I'm not surprised because myself, I hear men talk kind of badly about it. They make fun of it. They don't really like it too much. Sorry for going on a tangent about this, but I do kind of feel like it's important to kind of realize that not everybody's into those things, and maybe it's okay to realize if that person's not into those things, or they're kind of really put off by those things, and that's a really strong part of your personality, to kind of question if that's someone you really want to kind of try and make things work with. But anyway, I kind of sense here that maybe there was someone who opened up a little bit too early about soulmates or astrology or something like that, and that feels little bit too intense, especially at the beginning of a connection. So I do feel like someone has kind of backed off, and this person might have backed off because they felt like someone was trying to get married and that sounds dramatic. It's probably not like that, but it's how this person feels, is someone was trying to push things forward too quickly in a connection or something like that. So we have dream. Have a cup of tea in the garden. and find yourself in a good book. I don't know, maybe... Let's see. We have be present. Use the hours, don't count them. Interesting. So dream and be present. I will say there's something here. I feel like there's either this person that you came to this reading for does not think very positively about you and the connection with you, and this is kind of like you, this reading feels like a slap on the face, like a wake-up call, like maybe stop watching readings about this person because this does not look good. And I mean, energies, like, I guess technically could change, but what I'm really feeling is that there's like a real big warning here to kind of wake up. And we have dream and be present. Someone here, and I feel like it's the viewer, and sorry for calling you out, is a little bit too not looking at the situation for what it is. Wanting to kind of stay in fantasy rather than like look at how things actually are in this connection. And there's progressions. It's kind of like about the journey, not the destination energy. And I feel like someone here is really focused on the destination and kind of wanting to skip the journey. It's what it feels like. We have toothbrush, staying over, moving in, getting serious, progress, trust, comfort, routine, closeness, integration. I really get a very invasive energy. And I'm sorry, but it does feel like that's how this person feels about you. Like with this toothbrush staying over, like someone left over their toothbrush because, like, to me, like, and I'm sorry, it's gonna sound really bad, and I'm sorry, but what it's giving is like we hooked up and they stayed the night and they left, their stuff over, and they said they'll be back later today, and that's not what I wanted. That's not what I planned. And it doesn't have to be that literally. It could be that in other ways. Like someone here was feeling a little bit too comfortable and thinking things are something that maybe it's not. Let me see what else we have. We have mountain lion, and this can also talk about... So it's this person, how they feel about you. Now, okay, one thing is that it feels as if this person may not have been vocal about something. Like maybe you did something and they thought of it as a red flag. They thought of it as moving too quickly and seeing things in a different way than how they're seeing it, or what they think it really is, and not knowing how to express that. This mountain lion is kind of like a territorial energy, and that's interesting. What I was getting was someone was very invasive. They think you were invasive. They think that you overstepped some sort of boundaries, or that they didn't even, because what it's giving is like what I keep thinking in my head is it's people hooking up and someone leaving their stuff over and getting a little bit too comfortable, when the other person was just like, no, this was just for fun. This was just like, we're here for a good time, not a long time type of thing. And maybe this person wasn't clear with you on those things, so in some way they can't really blame you for doing whatever you did. It feels as if they're uncomfortable because they didn't put up a boundary with you, and you got too comfortable, and now they don't know what to do. Damn. All right, we have a page of cups. Yeah, and even a page of cups to me is like someone who's a little bit non-confrontational, someone who's a little bit like doubting themselves and not able to kind of stand up for themselves a little bit insecure, a little bit looking to other people to like make decisions and stuff like that. So it could be that this person is thinking they should have put up a boundary with you in some way, and they're feeling maybe territorial or uncomfortable. um, And Page of Cups could be that this person, like, it does give me the feeling like they showed some sort of interest in you. Like, I'm not saying, like, this person's, like, not interested at all in, like, something like that. But I feel like this person's feelings are quite immature, or new, or, like, it does feel like we just got started, and, like, I feel like we're rushing into things almost. We have the star, so we have Aquarius energy. And even Aquarius energy is kind of like very freedom loving, quite independent, maybe doesn't get emotionally attached very quickly. I feel like this person's feelings towards you was that there was some sort of new feeling that was developing towards you, and maybe they were like crushing on you in some way. I feel like this person's feelings, again, with being somewhat immature, and it's like their feelings kind of, maybe they showed you a very soft, sort of innocent and loving energy at first, and then very quickly became kind of like aloof and what's that word? Keep wanting to say elusive, but I don't know if that's the right word. Like when someone like keeps disappearing, or they're hard to kind of like grab their attention. We have the Two of Swords. This person, so how they feel about you and what they're thinking is they're a little bit confused. They don't really know what to do about you. It could be that they hesitated to put up some sort of boundary with you, and because they didn't do that, now they're, yeah, with the star energy and the Page of Cups, like the star energy can be, related to Aquarius, humanitarian. Normally I don't think of Aquariuses as in any way being afraid of confrontation, but it can be that this person does get a sense that they might hurt your feelings, and they're a little bit afraid to do that. If they were to tell you, hey, I want to slow down, or I don't want, let's not do that, or something like that. Whoa. Yeah, I do feel like what they're thinking about is that they should have been more honest, and maybe it wouldn't have caused misunderstandings. I feel like they didn't tell you something and you took something the wrong way, and you kind of, not even like you rushed things or anything, it's just like you were kind of like feeling like this person likes you, this person showed some interest in you, and things were going well in your eyes, and then maybe this person, I don't know, it feels like they're concerned that things are going to be rushed forward, or someone's going to be too focused on where things are headed in the connection, like too future focused, and kind of like they might feel like it's a red flag, or that it's putting pressure on them, or that it's like kind of controlling or possessive in some way. So that's just kind of like, that might not even be true. When I say these messages, like this person, they may or may not know you well, And especially if this person doesn't know you too well and this is like kind of a newer connection with that Page of Cups energy, I would say maybe they have trauma and maybe that's maybe like, and when I say these messages, I don't want you to be like, fully take them on as this is the truth. Like, maybe this is just this person's like problems and this person's trauma, and maybe you're quite chill as a person, and if they just spoke up and were honest, you would be fine with it and you would be chill with it. I kind of get that feeling that you would be fine, and maybe this person just didn't speak up about something and they're kind of misunderstanding things about you and thinking they need to be cautious with you. But yeah, that's basically your reading. I'm sorry it's a little bit more negative, a little bit more harsh. Um, but I'm supporting you, pile 6. I feel, I don't know. I'm wishing you the best, pile 6. I hope you come back and see me in another reading. I really do kind of feel like for a lot of you, it's kind of this person's misunderstanding. For some of you, it might not be, but I do feel like it can be kind of a misunderstanding in this person wanting to, like, Aquarius energy is very freedom loving, like I said, and worried that there could be too much pressure in a connection, and that might not be even like what you bring to the table, especially if this person's still getting to know you and they don't even know you too well. But yeah, sorry for rambling. That's your reading, pile 6. Thank you for watching, and that's it from me. Bye.